They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won. Right now, and they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Ryan Williams. Goes for the three. Touchdown.
All right, everybody, welcome into another edition of the Gridiron Uncensored podcast. We appreciate you tuning in, Purdue fans, and hell, anybody else that's just watching to see, maybe what's going on with this team. Brendan tonight, buddy Trevor, he's going on a trip, so just rolling with this one, and we're going to just jump right into it. I don't like wasting everybody's time with a bunch of BS. So I like to start off typically with going back to 2024, but obviously Purdue fans, you guys know how that went. And I think I'm just going to save the hassle and save the heartache. We know how it went. It doesn't matter anymore. A whole new team, whole new coaching staff. So let's just dive into that. Moving into 2025, the numbers are kind of bleak when it comes to like returning production. But I mean, it's 42%. And a lot of that is even from people coming in from the portal, right? Because that counts towards returning production numbers. So that's something that, I wish it was more, but there's so much turnover on this team. It's going to be a total rebuild. You guys know that. Give it time. Let's see what happens. SP Plus, they've got you the 101st rated team in the country. But we know that you guys in this Purdue program can get higher than that. It's just, is the money there? For the portal, there was a discussion about it today on Twitter that there's no money for Purdue, and I don't think that's true. But again, we're just fans here, we're just talking. So you guys let us know what your NIL situation is looking like. But I didn't like the last hire after Braum, and then I'm excited to see what Barry Odom does, and that's what we're going to get into next is a quick coaching rundown. Obviously, he was over at UNLV, really good seasons there. And that's leading him to bring over some new coordinators, and there's some momentum on that, just alone. And okay, he did good at UNLV. What can he do here? He's bringing over Josh Henson. He was over at USC. He's got some good stats behind his name, some good rapport there, or not rapport, but reputation, excuse me. And then Shearer comes over as DC, coming over with Barry Odom. So you're going to see a lot of UNLV guys coming into this program this season, Purdue fans. And honestly, to me, that's not a bad thing. These guys are bought into the coaching staff. They're bought into, hey, we get to play in Power 4, conference, Power 4 team. It's just a whole new experience. And sometimes that even lights more of a fire under guys. So something to look forward to is this new coaching staff and seeing how they attack things. And we'll move on to the portal where they clearly attacked. They went heavy on it, and you have to when you have so much overturn. But, hey, that's the name of the game these days. Incoming transfers, you had 54. You lost 56, rated as the 47th class in the country. I usually do a couple of key guys per class, key departures. I'm just going to say all of them. They're all freaking important. Obviously some more than others, but I mean, god dang, at this point, you're just trying to build depth. You go out and get whoever the hell you can to try and just plug something together. And honestly, there's good pieces throughout. Guys, from Power 4 conferences, guys coming up from the FCS level, group of 4 or group of 6 now. My brain's messed up on all these changes. And that, like I said, a lot of UNLV guys coming in. So interesting to see how that plays out. Key out. I also put all of them. I'm not writing down all these goddamn names, man. So you guys get it, please. Well, at least I hope so. Anyway, either way, I'm not freaking writing it down. A lot of people, a lot of guys out. You lost a ton of talent in the portal to big teams. All your really best players, not all of them, but a bunch of them. And let's not kid ourselves. That's true. But it does not matter anymore. Let's look at the offensive side of the ball because, obviously this is so much newness going on. But the quarterback situation might have been solved because you had a guy leave. and now he's back, and that's Ryan Brown. And he's at least had games in the Big Ten. He's played in this level of competition. And I looked at his initial stats. I was like, okay, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But I like to dig into the games. I don't just try not to look at this just the standard stat box. And a lot of people will do that, which is whatever. But to me, you look at the games. All right, he played 1 snap versus Wisconsin. Okay, whatever. 10 versus Indiana State. Okay. But when he got in against Illinois, which was a good team, he threw 18 of 26 for 3 touchdowns, almost 70% completion percentage. And now listen, I'm not saying that I know this guy well. I didn't watch his film. I'm a fan like the rest of you. But when I look at that is impressive to me. 1-point loss to Illinois. And then the game against Oregon. Okay, he threw 20 passes just about. It was 19. Not so good on that one. 1 pick, 47% completion. But I'd like to hear the story on that one if you guys want to hit me in the comments. What was that situation? Hudson Card, was he – I can't remember. I know he dealt with some injuries throughout the year. I just don't remember. Let me know what you guys thought on that one. How maybe he just got sent in this Ryan Brown gentleman into a bad situation there, and then the rest of it is just kind of mop up duty. A couple of random passing attempts with the second team. So either way, the one that I look at the most is the Illinois game where he clearly was in for a lot longer and threw for 300. So that's something that can maybe spark this offense. But there's also some other guys that came in from the portal. Chuba and Singleton, they're both going to compete. I just feel like you're going to go with a guy that and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Barry Odom goes in there and these guys really turn it on in the fall and they impress him. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think will happen with the quarterback situation. On to the next. It doesn't matter what the quarterback can try to do as long as if the offensive line doesn't freaking work. Well, the O-line is going to be new. Not that it really matters because they were not very good last year anyway. And that the good ones, moved on. But you got some talent through the portal. A couple of guys like Joyner, Joyner's from Auburn. Easley's coming over from UGA. And then St. John also coming in from UNLV. Like I mentioned, you're going to see a lot of that. So they're rebuilding there. You got a ton of portal pieces. It's just how quickly can they gel? How quickly can they mesh? And honestly, again, guys, this year, you're just building depth. You're trying to find pieces that will stick to your culture. Some of them are going to move on next year. We'll just got to see and play it out. This is year 1. Let's see what happens. Try to build some momentum for 26. I hate saying that early, but it's just a fact. Halfback, you got some talent there. Maccabee, Thomas coming over from Virginia Tech. If the offensive line can block, then okay, then you got something going. But again, so much depends on just what happens. We just don't know. Indiana was kind of the same way. And now I'm not saying you're necessarily in that Indiana realm of, okay, you're going to playoffs this year. I'm not saying that at all. But these guys could gel really quickly and things could get going. And you maybe do something. We'll look at the schedule here later. The other one at wide receiver, you guys got guys that can work out. Tuggle, Smith, Ross, Leacock, all these guys coming in. It just depends. Well, I want to see, who builds the most rapport with each other out of the fall ball and just who steps in. You just got to figure it out. It's hard to project. It's hard to see what's going to happen. But I mean, I have hope in Barry Odom. Let's talk some defense. Because last year, I mean, the numbers for both offense and defense were horrible. 127th, though, 123rd D. I know that doesn't tell the full picture, but it says enough. And the defense can't do anything really well when the offense is poor. But when you look at defense, Odom, he's a defensive guy. And he led a strong defense at UNLV. Can he translate that here? You got TJ Lindsey coming in to help on the interior. Harkless returns. He's a 340-pounder. That's a monster in the middle. Defensive end, you got some guys that can get to the back. Another guy coming over from North Texas, Braylon Charles. Nunley, also from Akron. He was a strong player. So you're getting pieces. It's just again, how quickly can they mesh and how quickly do they get the system? A lot of these guys defensively should pick up quicker than what the offense does. That that's typically how things go. And then looking at the linebackers, huge question there. You're hoping the UNLV talent translates. Again, I mean, there's so many new pieces. It's just who steps up? I know I'm a broken record, but god dang. Sanders Ellis, that's a linebacker coming in. He's got at least good size coming up from Tennessee State, 6'2", 230, just about. Manny Powell, a UNLV guy that I was talking about. Charles Correa, UNLV. So it's like all these types of dudes. Carson Dean's, that's a good one, I think, coming over from Arkansas. And I mean, he's 6'4", so like that's some bigger size. He's got SEC pedigree. That should, be a nice boost. Even if he's, he just fits into the 2 deep, it doesn't matter. You guys have guys coming from all over the country to try and help this program out. So I'm excited to see what they do. Defensive backs, I think, are actually going to be good. It just how they fare depends on, again, what you can do up front. Everything's built from the line out. Others that do it other ways, wide receivers in it. No, that's stupid in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. But you got some good guys on the back end. Guys like Richard Toney coming over from TCU. I think that's going to be important. Wakely coming over from BYU. So you're getting, again, guys that can step in right away. I just want to see it mesh. Now, an interesting one is Taj Rael coming over from Memphis. I don't know if you guys have just seen it. It broke today from on 3. By the time you watch this, it'll be a couple days down the line, so you should have seen it. But he was on Memphis, and apparently he sent the game plans or something over to the quarterback for UTSA before their bowl game, and he talked shit about his own team. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. If you guys, get a hold of that, let me know what you think about him now joining the squad. That's just interesting. I mean, he was putting it down on his own players. So anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. Let me know what you guys think about the squad, offense, defense. I want to hear from you because again, we're outside looking in, and we do a national show. It's nice to hear from the fans, an actual gauge of what you're feeling, what your expectations are. Because it's easy to judge and look at from the outside. All right, moving on schedule wise. Let me pull it up here on my side, and then I'll bring it up on yours. That way, because I've screwed this up before. All right, moving over Purdue 2025. There we go. Okay, if you can see that, good deal. If not, I'm sorry. Looking at 2025 schedule in the numbers, over under is a 3.5. 3.5. I mean, last year, we know what it was last year, what you were at, what you finished at. So let's start off. You got Ball State. I'm calling that a win. They've had too much changeover. Southern Illinois, win. Okay. So there's 2. You start with 2. You need to get the over. You need 2 more. I always give floors and ceilings. We'll talk about that in a minute. USC is going to be tough, even though, just talent-wise. But they've got some changes going on there. Lincoln Riley, he's too busy burning his damn brisket to figure out how to get to a damn playoff game with all that talent. And then Notre Dame, that's one. They're a loaded roster, but they have a young quarterback. And maybe if Barry Odom and this defense get things going, maybe. It's at Notre Dame, though, so good luck. Illinois, another tough team, but we saw how close it was last year. You guys, is your Big Ten team. You can be in any game. You just got to control your possessions and work that D. Northwestern is a team that we're going to be covering soon. I think this is also a winnable match. When it comes, I guess I skipped Minnesota. They're going to be good. I think they're going to be a good team this year. Northwestern, that's a winnable game. Rutgers quarterback situation, to me, that's winnable. The rest, I would say, are not. Now you can move the ball. You can try it. Maybe you move back to a danger team so quickly. I just don't see it, guys. when I'm looking at floor, I'm going 2-10. You win the first two, you drop the rest. That's to me worst case scenario. Um, I, I don't know. I think there's going to be enough here in Barry Odom getting the team together to at least get three. Maybe some you're going to upset one, but my max ceiling for what I have is 5-7. That's like the greatest possible outcome that can happen. Bad bounces, whatever you take for the other teams, not for you. You take down Ball State, Southern Illinois, you take down Northwestern, you take down Rutgers, and then maybe Minnesota. 1, 2. Let me get my math right. Yeah, so there's 5. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but that's what I would say is the max ceiling, and then I think that's maybe even pushing the envelope just until we know. We just don't know, so it's hard to be any more confident. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know how you're feeling about this season and even just the coaching hire in general. We want to hear from you in the comments. You can follow, share, subscribe would help us out a ton. Um, yeah, I mean, we're very easy to get along with, talk to, all that. So hopefully we see you there and catch you around. Good night.